Okay, so warming up, turning your head gently from side to side. Actually, put your feet step out to shoulder width. If you haven't already. Keeping the chin level. Back to center. Tucking the chin in. Lifting. Stretching the neck up. Tucking the chin in. And then stretch the chin down to the floor. Lifting. Stretch the chin up. Lowering. Stretching the chin down to the floor. One more time, up and down. Straight ahead. Eardrops towards the shoulder. Letting the muscles soften. Change. Stretch the neck, keep it stretched as you go to the side. And up to center. Let's bring the shoulders back and rotate them around. Changing direction. Forwards, up and back. Okay, we're going to do a nice stretching movement now. Let's turn this down a little. So this is a stretching movement from Wu Chun Si, the tiger movement. So some of you know, but quite a few of you have never done it before. So you're going to flex the wrists, stretch the fingers, so you stretch the fingers, and then make claws like a tiger. So you lift them up, stretch the fingers, make claws, and roll, turn them around, roll the fingers in to make fists. And you pull up in front of the body, stretch the torso, keep the shoulders pulling downwards as you take the hands, pushing them up. Stretch the fingers, make claws, curl the fingers in, rotating the wrists, and pull down. Just realize I've got a few. And push the hands down. Let me just adjust this. I'm going to do a few of those. Oh, frozen. Okay. So, stretch the fingers, looking down at the hands, claws in, rotate, make fists. Pulling up like you're lifting a heavy weight, relax the shoulders, open the hands, and press up to the sky. Stretch the fingers, make claws, roll them in, pull down. Opening the hands nice and relaxed, and downward. Stretch the fingers, make claws, curl them, rolling them in, pulling up, release, allow the hands to float up and then press above. Shoulders pulling downwards. Stretch the fingers, make claws, roll them in. Good way to stretch the hands, exercise the wrists, open up the torso. Very good for the Sanjiao meridian, the triple heater. Stretching. Claws roll in, hold on. So breathe in as you lift. Relax. breathe out. Breathe in as you pull down. When you get to the shoulders, you change, relax, and breathe out. Do a couple more. In, out. In and out. Now that you know the movement, follow your hands with your eyes. Breathing in and out. In and out. Good. Keep your arms a shake, keep your legs a shake. Okay. So we're going to have our feet together, do a few little bends and straightening. Just go into where you can, work within your own limitations. And as you warm up the legs, see if you can go a little bit lower. And then this time, stay down for a moment and then raise the tailbone, pushing the knees back. Bending and then pushing the knees back. Bending, looking forward a little and pushing the knees back. Bending and slowly uncurl the spine to come up. And give the arms and legs a shake. And then we're going to rotate the ankles. Just okay. So you keep one foot on the floor, rotating the ankle. Other way. Other foot. Other way. Shake. Okay, and now we're going to just put hands on our hips or a bit lower down or on the waist, and then step out to just as wide as you're comfortable, no more than 2 shoulder widths. And then imagine you leaning against the wall, slide the tailbone down, knees going out towards the little toe and rising up. So pushing the ankles out, spreading your weight on your feet. And then push onto the feet to come up. So sinking down. So use the floor to push you up. Sinking down, tailbone stretching down, pushing up. Then we're going to go to one side and up. Down on the other side. Make sure your knee is above the foot. Sometimes if people don't step wide enough, the knee goes past the foot. So that's not safe for your knees. So if you feel your knees going beyond the foot, maybe you need your feet a little bit wider. So if you can see yourself in the screen, then just check that your knees in the same direction as the foot. And then you're going to bring left foot, bring your left toes in, right toes out, and just stretch down, keeping the tailbone pushing down to the floor. And just coming up and lowering. And changing, bring both feet facing forwards, and then turn the toes of the right foot in, left toes out, and lowering. Just give a nice stretch on the quadricep muscle. Coming up. You should feel that in your calf as well, on the back leg. In the back, nice and straight. Good, and turning in, and give your legs a shake. Okay, so we've been working on We've been working on Duan. My screen keeps freezing. We've been working on Duan over the last few weeks, so you're really getting familiar with the movements. So we're going to start a little run through, and then we'll progress on to to fine-tuning some of the movements, but also thinking more about the energy flow and enjoying it and getting more into the meditative side of doing the movements. All right, so we'll start with a little rump row. All right, so feet together. Just this again, sorry. So stepping. Relax. Calm, steady breathing. The ball of energy in front of Dantian. Lower the hands. End of movement one. Lifting up. Remember, just the movement. If you've got a problem with it, so you can push more out to the front, like this. If you can't get the arms high above the head. Ultimately, you're trying to push up, shoulders pulling downwards. Then bring the arms in line with the ears, only if you're able to do that. Deep breath in. Ready for the next move, shooting the bow like an archer. Stepping out with the left leg, mirror imaging. So stepping out with your right leg, right hand should be in the outside, remember? Straight out table, straight out to the floor. And across. Stepping with the left hand in front. Remember, you're pushing, turning the left palm out, finger pointing to the ceiling. Half a step in. Left hand lifting. Pushing up. Lowering. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Right wrist forward. Exhale. Ready for looking backwards. Looking to the left first and behind, rotating the finger up, connecting with the heart meridians. Hands coming in, ready for the next movement. Stepping out with your, oh, it should be your right leg actually, sorry, mirror image didn't work. Up. Rising up, going to your right. Take, swing, transfer the weight, keep relaxed, rotate hips and neck. Straight up tailbone to the floor. Rise up, over to the left side. Rotate, swing the torso. Rotate the hips. You can gently rotate the neck. Quarter turn. Stretch down to the floor. The right. Look at your right foot, remember, until you start to rotate the head. Looking at the left foot and rotate. Two more. Rising up. Be your right foot stepping in. Soften the knees. Stretch. Again, work to your own level. You don't need to go too long. Don't overstretch the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. All the way, massage. So knees are soft, just go where you comfortably can till you feel a gentle stretch. Flex the wrists as if they're above your feet. Stretch your chest forward. Hips, shoulders pulling back. Arms align the ears, abdomen in. Stretch and come up. And lowering. Take your time. Massage. All the way over the hips and bum. Start to massage down the legs as you bend. Just where you can reach. Bring the hands around as if they're above your feet if they can't actually reach. Stretch, shoulders, hips back, abdomen in. Stretch and come up. Press massage. Do what you can. Slide the arms forward, head in, abdomen in, and out. Going. 2 more. I get to take a breath in here. Breathe out as you lower. Take a breath in. And breathe out. One more. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Take a breath in. And release. Breathing out. Thumbs across, fingers on top. Stepping wider with your left leg. Into horse riding stance. Left hand first. Push out, eyes wide. Rotate. Pull it. Push out. Rotate. Hold. Remember what we said last week? 9/10 your strength relax before the movement reaches the end. Rotate again. 9/10 pull. Soften. Again, push eyes widening. Connect with the liver channel. 2 more. Eyes widening. Up. Bringing your left foot in. Heel raises. Down. Gaze gently closed. Doing one more today. Bring the hands around. Onto Dantian. Release. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to go through the movements and with a little bit of focus on the yin and yang side of it. You know, so why you should be using the stretch and relaxing. So it's very yin and yang, looking at the opposites and how they work and interact with each other to bring balance to the body. Back a little bit. So nice and relaxed, feeling your feet on the floor, head floating up. So you're feeling that connection with the earth energy, and you're feeling connection with the heavenly energy. And remember, the Dantian is where the earth and heavenly energy will meet. Okay, so transferring your weight onto the right foot so you can step open with the left, no wider than the shoulders. And then the golden thread pulls you up. So you feel the weight sinking down from Dantian down, head floating up. Gather arms around, sink into the feet and legs. Ready for the Zhangzhong part. So standing like a tree. So the feet are connecting to the earth as if there's little roots growing out of your feet. Your arms are expanding out, holding a ball. And the golden thread is taking the energy upwards at the same time. So even in the standing pose, you've got energy connecting downwards with the earth. You've got energy going upwards, connecting with the heavens. The energy also goes out to the sides, to the front, and to the back as the ball expands around you. So even in this posture, there's an opposites, a yin yang with the energy, and a real sense of expansion. Hands lower into the first movement. Interlock the fingers. Okay, so as the hands lift, without putting tension into it, you imagine a weight in your hands. So it's not particularly muscle strength, it's more using the mind, as if you're lifting a weight in your hands. And then rotate the arms, soften, and allow the arms to go up. And then there's that final little push as you connect with the heavens. So make sure your shoulders are pulling down. So here you have the opposite. You've got the stretch of the torso. You've got the shoulders pulling down, the weight going down through the feet. But at the same time, the hands are pushing up. Sometimes this exercise is referred to as holding up the heavens. So imagine you're holding up the heavens. And soften the elbows. And around. So we'll do it more than normal speed now. So imagine a weight in the arms. So there's no tension, but just imagine there's a weight in the hands. It changes the movement. Rotate. Take the hands up and allow them to go up in a relaxed way. And then push up, hold up the heavens. Soften. Up. Think of that weight in the hands. Press up gently. And then as you add that final stretch and pull back the arms, hold up the heavens. Feel that opposite. Feel the opposites. So it's a real connection with heaven and earth. So you're connecting with the earth. It's almost like a downward push into your feet, an upward push, holding up the heavens. And I'll do one more. Lift that weight. Into the archer now. So stepping out with your left leg, left hand comes in front. Okay, so make the hand shapes. So finger and thumb with the left hand, pulling back the bow with the right. So lower the tailbone, and as you do, so remember it's horse riding stance, common fault, straight down, hold that position. As you hold the position, you're stretching the arms. Okay, so the opposites are quite obvious here. Don't allow the shoulder to lift, so keep the shoulder down. So the elbow is stretching one direction. The left hand is pushing the other direction. The palm should be hollow, it's not dead flat. Finger pointing up to the ceiling, so don't lock the arm. But here you can feel the opposites. So the palm of the left hand pushing to the left, the elbow, the right elbow pulling to the right. And you should feel that stretch opening across the upper muscles, pelvis, pectoral muscles, and here began with P, stretching and opening. And then soften, allow yourself to soften and release so that hand almost floats over itself and calming back in. Doing that on the other side now, so stepping, it'll be your right hand on the outside, make the shapes with the hands and then pull. So left elbow goes one direction, palm of the right hand the opposite direction. So you've got a straight line and you feel the opening across the chest and lungs. This is very good for the lungs, remember. So feel that stretch and pull. No locked elbow though. Release. As you release, the hand starts to float. The left hand floats over, feet together, palms up. So we're going to do two more each side. but the normal speed, but really think about the stretch. Oh, one thing I was going to say, a common mistake, I talked about the opposites. So the palm going one way, elbow the other way. A common mistake, if I did sideways on, it should be nice and straight, so you can only see my elbow. But what happens is sometimes people pull back, and you can see my forearm now. So it's pulling back. That's incorrect. So when you pull out, if you're sideways on, you should only see the end of your elbow. So don't open this too much. You're widening the shoulders in opposite directions rather than you're not taking them back. You're opening the shoulders. Oh, it's made me so hot. Okay, so ready? Your arms a shake if you've been doing that a few times. So stepping to the left first, stepping out to the left hand in front. So feel the pull and the opposite. Opening the shoulders, release. And step out. I'm laughing because you can't see my foot. Stretch out. And across. Remember, the weight is evenly on both feet once you're dropping into horse riding stance. So think of that opening of the lungs as you pull across. Stimulating the lung channel, remember. Arms up. Once more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And bring the feet to shoulder width. Okay, give your legs a shake if you need to. So we're going to move on to the next one in a moment. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Okay. The next movement is for the one that you hold one arm aloft, and it's very good for stomach and spleen meridians. So knees bent, palms up, and are holding the ball. So your left hand will rise up first, right hand to the side, palm down, like we've been doing over the last few weeks. And then there's a pushing movement here. Now the shoulder doesn't lift, as you know, but again, you're connecting to heaven and earth. So your left hand is pushing up above the shoulder, remember, not above the head, too far over, middle finger in line with the shoulder. So you're pushing up, connecting, you see, connecting your left palm with the heavens, and the right palm is pressing down, connecting to the earth. This is working the side of the body, stimulating stomach and spleen. Okay, don't allow that shoulder to lift. So just hold that for a moment and then release. Bring the hand down, palms up, meeting in the middle. And change, other hand going up, rotate and push up. And again, top hand connecting to heaven, lower hand connecting to the earth energy. And feel the stretch on the side of the body. It's stimulating the stomach and spleen energy channels. And then bend and change. And lifting. And pushing up. And again, you feel that connection with your feet. The crown is also lifting up. Don't allow the shoulder to raise. And change. One more this speed. This is very slow. Just giving you time to feel that connection. And release. So in the routine, this movement is done a little bit faster than that. So we'll do 2 more movements, normal speed. Get that connection with heaven and earth Feel the stretch on the side of the body. And then wrist forward, bring the hand down. Okay, into the next movement. Let's come a little bit closer. Screen now for this one. Okay, so just to remind you again, this movement is very much connecting with the earth and releasing stale energy through the fingertips. But it also opens up the heart. So this one works the heart meridian. So knees bent, palms pressing down. So straight away, anytime the knees are bent, it strengthens the connection through the feet with the earth energy. Palms pressing downwards. And then you release and soften the wrists. Arms lift up in a very relaxed way, no more than 45 degrees. And then you start to rotate. So as you rotate, keep the arms in line with the body, remember. And this one's more about feeling the stretch and the rotation on the arms. And you'll look behind. And then release. So the stretch comes with the rotation. So relax, energy going through the fingertips into the earth. Lifting the arms up. Now rotate. So we're squeezing all the stale energy out of the body, and you're looking behind. Just come back in. Now focusing more on that heart meridian. So as you come up, lifting. So the heart meridian starts at the little finger. So you're rotating to connect with that. But at the same time, if you just look back to the screen, you're thinking outwards and downwards. So you're not just rotating and bending the elbows. The arms stay straight, not locked, remember. But there's a downward sense with those arms, which helps to open the heart channel and the heart itself. And then come back in. So you really want to get that idea of almost like a corkscrew, rotating and drilling into the, I'm going to go downwards on one side. You don't do that, obviously, but it'd be as if you're really trying to drill into the earth, but keeping the body straight. So I'm just showing you that to make you think more about what you're doing. So at this point, imagine you're drilling into the earth on both sides. We'll just do the arm rotation. Little fingers coming up. Make sure you haven't bent the elbows. So you should feel an openness in the heart area. And then back in, release. So we'll add the head turns and do a couple more. So relax the legs, lift, rotate, and turning. And back in. Release, lift. So feel those arms drilling into the earth. You're squeezing out stale energy, but you're opening the heart. And then as you come back in, that energy floods into the heart, into the middle dantian, into the heart meridians and along them. So this restricts the rotation, restricts the flow. As you release, that energy flows down the arms, down the heart meridians, keeping them free and removing any blockages. And release. Good. Give your arms a shake. Excellent. Okay, so that's the first 4 movements, really thinking about where the stretching and opposites is taking place. We've spent a lot of time the last few weeks on movement number 5. And again, that one's about rotation and feeling the sideways stretch on the body. So we'll just do that a few times. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that one. So we'll just run through that a couple of times each side and not talk so much about it because we've done it a lot lately. So from the previous movement, you've just brought the arms back in. You're stepping wider with your right leg and bring the hands up. Elbows out, hands just where you can reach on the thighs. If you're more upright, they'll be higher up. So lifting up, Going to your right first. So here we've got a nice stretch along the body. Rotate and then swing it across. So you've got sideways and you're rotating the hips. And then lowering. So it's very good for the spine, remember. Up, go across to the left. Feel that sideways stretch. Swing across. Again, feel the sideways stretch. Then you must relax to rotate the hips, keeping them soft. They're easier to move. Straight ahead. Coming up to the right. Rotate. Again, feel the sideways stretch. And then swing the hips around, 3/4 degree turn. And then lower the tailbone. Again, this any downward movement, of course, connecting you very solidly with the earth here. Rising up, let's do one more to the left. Rotate. Feel that sideways stretch. Rotate. And then looking straight ahead. Be connecting with the earth, but you've still got that heavenly connection. Coming up, stepping your right foot in the shoulder width onto the next move. Okay, so you're bending, doing the connecting movement, stretching here. Very definite stretching movements with this one. Bringing the hands down. Oh, you can't see me. Bringing the hands down. Turning the palms up. Taking them onto this back. Remember, the fingers point up. Stand at an angle to take them through and round onto the back. Pressing firmly. So it's self-massaged on the bladder channels. And then lowering. It's very good for the kidneys. Bring the hands around on top of the feet if you can reach. Otherwise, just flex the wrists and imagine you can touch the feet. Stretch, 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 and up. And lowering. I'm just going to pause for a moment. So we've been talking about the times when we're stretching and releasing. So there's very obvious stretching in this movement. And the stretch is really important because that stretch and the lift, the extending of the chest, the lengthening of the spine, the bringing the arms in line with the ears, even if you can't get low down, and just spend a little bit of time reminding you about this, especially for people who are only just learning this, the beginners. Even if you can't get low down, just replicate the hands coming across the feet. So you're flexing the wrists because this is stimulating those wrist channels. And then get the lengthening of the spine, the chest pushing outwards, the spine lengthening, and the arms coming in line with the ears, abdomen pulled in and coming up. So the opposites here are really important because they're what help you to get up from the position, whether you're at a medium height or low down. So they're really important. So the opposites are, when you're in that lower position, the hips going back, the shoulders pulling down and going in the same direction as the hips, and then the fingers reaching forward. When we practice this in class, we've often got into groups of 3. So one person holds the hips and the other helps to stretch the arms forward. Can't do that on Zoom, can you? So let me just remind you sideways. I know some of you have been doing this a long time and you're welcome to join in, but if you're not sure, just watch again. So the hands will massage firmly down the bladder meridians. Then you're lowering to wherever you can reach, remember. If you can reach, the hands come around on top of the feet. And this is where you stretch, whether you're halfway or lower or further up, you're stretching the spine. And take your time then to slide the hands forward. At this point, the hips are going back, the shoulders are going backwards. but the fingers are stretching forwards as if someone's pulling you over. Abdomen's in and up. It actually, that stretching of opposites makes it easier to come up. So it's really important that you do it. If you're not able to get your arms, if you just can't get your arms to come in line with their ears, they're only here, it's not safe to come up with a flat back. So unless you can get your arms in line with your ears, it's not safe. The legs should be straight. But if you can only get your arms to there because you've got shoulder issues, bend your knees to come up safely and still pull your abdomen in to support that lower back. So pay attention. If you feel a twinge in your back, you shouldn't, but if you feel you can't get your arms up in line with the ears when you're in that low position, bend your knees to come up safely. But I know most of you can do it the right way because I've seen you. So let's do a few of those. Oh gosh, time's ticking away. Okay, ready? So let's just bring that, bend the knees, bring hands down, do that connecting movement. Stretching, that's it. Palms facing and lowering. Good idea to breathe in here and breathe out as you lower. Go to where you can. You don't have to go all the way to the feet. The legs do have to be straight. Slide the hands forward. So hips and shoulders back. Stretch as if someone's pulling you. Pull the abdomen in. When you're ready, come up. Try and keep it nice and flowing. I'll do one not so low, just for people that aren't able to go so low. So pressing, backs of the legs to wherever you're comfortable, keeping the legs straight, not locked but straight. If you go, and then imagine you can reach your feet if you can. Flex the wrists as if your hands are on your feet. Stretch your chest forward, hips and shoulders pulling back. Lift the arms, lift the arms, lift the arms, abdomen in and come up. So do whatever way is best for you. Let's do 2 more. It's very energizing, this movement. It really stimulates the abdominal channel. Okay, reach, stretch, feel those opposites, and up. Okay. And if you can manage it, one more. If you've had enough, by all means, have a rest. Grab a drink if you need it. Good. And float the hands down. So the next movement is the punching out, the pushing out with the fist, which we did in detail last week because that's what spurred us to really look at that issue with each of the other movements. So we're going to go on to the final movement now. So feet together. Nice and relaxed so you can't see my feet. So this is the one with the heel raises. I might stand sideways on the minute. So feet together. So very important, the feet are connected to the earth. Your crown is connecting to the heavens. And in this one, you especially want to focus on the shoulders being really relaxed. So the arms are hanging down. So as you raise the heels, you're thinking of the crown being pulled upwards. Imagine a string pulling you up. But keep relaxed. The key is not to tense up. Also, look straight ahead at something that's not moving to help with balance. Pull up your pelvic floor. It's as if the string starts in the pelvic floor, goes through the central core of your body, out through your head. And then raise the heels. And halfway. And then soft, make sure your knees are soft, teeth closed, and do the drop on the floor. I couldn't drop firmly because I was talking. Okay, so when you lift the heels up, the balls of the feet are connected to the floor, and that's your connection with the earth, of course. So raising the heels, pulling up, halfway, and relax. And I always think of my finger. I don't stretch my hands. I don't do it so that I'm stretching the hands severely, but in my mind, my fingers are reaching down to the floor. So you can't visibly see that, but it's mind intention. So as you raise your heels, you think of the fingers going down towards the floor, which of course keeps the shoulders down and relaxed. Then halfway, and then the drop. I'm going to do one without talking, so I can do the drop as well. So ready, lifting up. Teeth closed gently. And let go. Remember, only do the drop if your balance is perfect. If you're wobbling, set the heels down gently, because this is vibrating up the spine and you don't want to damage it. So stretching up, stretching the ankles. Very good for the calves as well. Drop when you're ready. And the breathing with this, you're breathing in. Relax. Breathe out as you drop. So it's breathing in. Relax. Breathing out as you drop. When I say relax, there's that moment between breathing in and out where you're not breathing. You're not doing either. So that's what I'm talking about. Let's do one more. And now we're going to bring our hands around onto Dantian. So ladies, your right hand should be touching. I'm not mirror imaging this one. Gentleman, the left, other hand on top. And remember, it's the palm on top of the back of the hand, not the fingers, the palm. And just spend a moment, close your eyes, you won't fall over. Knees are soft, shoulders are soft. The whole body is soft, as if it's melting down into the earth. Feel that connection with your feet. And the crown is stretching upwards to the heavens, connecting with heavenly energy. And then place your mind in Dantian. Body balanced, breathing soft and natural. Dantian full of qi. Slowly open your eyes. Separate your hands. Good. Okay, so that ends today's lesson. So we've gone through each of the movements, movement 7 last week, but all the others we've looked at today. So hopefully you find that useful and you'll be able to bring that into your practice more. I'm just